to, I mean, you can stand up if you like, but if you want to stay sitting, this is very much going to be a sitting down bit of movement, just to start moving from that sitting practice. So, starting off by just noticing the fact that you are being supported by whatever is supporting you, and letting this sense of weight go down through the body. And if it's possible, just gently kind of moving backwards and forwards and left to right, maybe in a circular motion, maybe just backwards and forwards. But even if it's just a few millimeters or a couple of inches backwards and forwards, just noticing how the body balances itself, the muscles involved in just this very slight movement, making it as small or as big as feels comfortable for you. So inviting a kind of free flow here to make it, for you to explore what feels interesting and curious to you. So if just a little bit of movement is enough for your awareness to notice, then fine. You might like to experiment just leaning over a bit further, checking out those balance points where it starts to get a bit like, ooh, a bit close to the edge there. And just noticing how the body and the mind work together here. The mind has this, if you've got your eyes closed, or even if you don't, the mind has this, or we have this thing called interoception, proprioception. We know where our body is, we know how our body is feeling, and all this information is just keeping us kind of upright and straight, balancing. Just noticing how we know that this is all connecting with the body. And the more we are connected with the body, the more we are in tune with how we are. So it's really important. And now just inviting you to take a couple of big, deep in-breaths. And on the out-breath, just letting go, relaxing, following the out-breath. So coming to stillness if you haven't already. Couple of big deep breaths, and on the out breath just letting go and noticing the body kind of softening with the out breath. And then on the next in breath, just bringing your arms up to your sides or to your front and basically going up towards the ceiling, just slowly kind of keeping a track of how the arms feel as they move up, and holding your hands together, maybe your fingers kind of pointing up to the ceiling, and just doing a stretch out through your ribs, up through the arms, into the wrists and the fingers, just as far as feels comfortable, but giving yourself a good stretch here. Breathing softly. And when you feel ready, just gently arcing over to the right. I'm always making these suit you, so adapting as feels comfortable. Arcing to the right as far as feels comfortable, then stopping, holding it for a couple of seconds if that feels okay. Then when you're ready, just gently moving back to center and going over to the left. And again, feeling the stretch out through the right-hand side, the ribs, the armpits. And then coming back to center. And then maybe linking your thumbs together and pushing them up towards the ceiling. Maybe tilting your head back as if you're reaching right up to the ceiling, noticing the stretching out through the back. You can arc your back as well if that feels good. And again, just feeling into these stretches so that they kind of maximize their opportunity for you. And then relaxing, letting the arms come down to the sides. Maybe as the arms come down, twisting the wrists, giving the wrists and the hands a good kind of shake, shaking the arms and the hands. And then just coming back to your sitting position, And in your own time, kind of tuning into a sitting posture that is comfortable. Or if you prefer to stand and do this, this compassion practice, by all means do. But just inviting your awareness of the body now, having just been moving, just bringing your attention to how the body is right now. And as Suzanne was saying earlier, letting life live through us from moment to moment, but knowing how that feels. We've got maybe some echoes of stretching and moving just there. How do you notice them? Where do you notice them? This sense of aliveness coursing through the body from moment to moment. Maybe a sensation really obvious in one moment and then it fades and then something else shows up in another moment. Life living through us, but us being tuned into it, bringing awareness to how we are in this moment and this moment and this moment. And again, noticing the breathing. So allowing the breathing to do its thing naturally, no need to change it. And in particular, following the out-breath and inviting a sense of letting go, a sense of softening with the out-breath. And knowing how that feels. Just checking in with the body, the mind, and the emotions as you breathe out and relax. Breathing out and letting go of any tension or tightness or muscles that aren't needed to be tense and tight. Shoulders, face, hands. Knowing how the body is, how the mind is. And just taking this opportunity to remind ourselves of our intention for doing practice, or intentions. So this could be to just continue developing practice. It could be to ground ourselves or to restore a bit of balance. Just noticing what your intention is. Just inviting an intention to arise in this moment. If that feels okay, it's just that each practice is improved when we know why we do it. There's a little saying, motivation matters. So even if it's just a simple intention, like, I just wanted to practice tonight, that's okay. But there might also be, I don't know, worrisome thoughts, achy body, just feeling a bit discombobulated, and just wanting practice to support you in whatever way you want it to. So that can be our intention or our focus. And of course, tuning into the body like this is it's an act of compassion to ourselves to know how we are. We might be tired, emotionally drawn out, or stressed. So just checking in how it is for you right now. What are you feeling as you bring awareness to the body sitting here? Or just turning towards with this sense of kindness, gentleness. And again, there's no right or wrong way to feel. This is just how it is for you right now, just caring caring about how you are in this moment. So the direct felt sense of sitting here, breathing, supported, still, and just caring enough to check in. How's the body? How's the mind? How's the emotions? And so, having checked in with ourselves, just tuning back into the breathing, anchoring with the breath or the body, as we open up into noticing or bringing to mind someone that is easy to feel compassion for, um, someone that the relationship is quite easy, straightforward, a niece, a nephew, a child, or a pet even. And just reminding ourselves of some of the joy and the lightness or the happiness that they bring. And as best you can, just tuning into that felt sense in the body that can often be noticed so quickly with someone or an animal that really just brings us alive. Maybe even just allowing a smile on your face to acknowledge how this feels. And remembering that they, like all beings, simply desire to flourish, to be safe, to grow and learn, to have a sense of purpose and connection. And so, as you hold them here, just reminding ourselves of this glow of compassion or happiness or joy, just offering these few words of kindness towards them, this intention of kindness towards them, and using a phrase or two or words that suit you if you don't resonate too easily with these. So just holding them in this compassionate glow or warmth and wishing them, may you be safe, may you be peaceful, may you be as healthy and as happy as you can be. And just gently repeating those in your own mind, and maybe even saying them out loud if that feels comfortable for you. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be as happy and as healthy as you can be. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily come so readily, this feeling of compassion, and it can be helpful to put a hand on your chest or on your tummy and breathing in that sense of happiness, joy that this person or this pet brings you, and just noticing how that feels. What is it? A sense of warmth, sense of glowing, a sense of lightness? What is it that puts a smile on your face? Just feeling into the direct felt sense, if that's possible. Sometimes it can be quite vivid. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to feel into this, but that's okay as well. But just kind of having this intention of feeling, holding, connecting with this sense of compassion towards a loved one or a favored pet. And holding on to this sense of compassion, what it feels like, how it shows up in the body. Kind of absorbing it, if you like, taking it on board as best you can, and then using the same phrases or your own phrases, just tuning into your own words if that feels more comfortable. But then turning this sense of compassion to ourselves. So just wishing ourselves this sense of compassion as we repeat these phrases. May I be safe. May I be protected. May I be as healthy and as happy as I possibly can be. And again, just breathing in that sense of warmth and compassion and maybe a smile. And then repeating silently or out loud. May I be safe, peaceful, happy and healthy. And may I be safe, peaceful, happy and healthy. And as we breathe in, just imagining this compassion kind of giving us a hug, enveloping ourselves with this compassion for ourselves, which is, of course, so important if we're to give compassion, to be able to share compassion to others. It's really important that we have a sense of knowing our own compassion, how it actually feels, giving ourselves this compassion hug, metaphorical compassion hug. And as best you can, as we come gently towards the end of this practice, just holding that sense of compassion, however that was for you, this sense of breathing in the warmth, the light, the lightness, the glow, whatever it is, just breathing that in and kind of filling up the heart space, if you like. And on the out breath, just inviting this softening, breathing it in and then softening the body. And all the while just inviting a little smile to the face, if that feels comfortable. Just the little corner of the lips is all that is needed. And knowing how that feels. And remembering that this is available to us at any given moment of the day. Just dropping back into this sense of self-compassion, so important. And so just holding that as I read this poem, just to finish off with, and this is one called Present by Rachel Halstead. Lost in thought, I'm jolted into the present by two horses bucking and kicking across a field, by a boat traversing in a silvery blue shower in the bay, by clouds swooping like pregnant swans on Brandon. How can I lock myself in the box in my head, in a world of such magic and wonder? What need for altars when such wondrous reality bucks and kicks and demands my attention? And just gently, in your own time, emerging from the practice, opening your eyes, coming back into the space. And we've just got a little bit of time left to